Hey guys, okay, so I'm sitting here in a freaking moo. Just got done with work and I don't look the greatest, but I don't care because I was I was thinking about something today that had happened not a while ago. It happened like March is when it ended. And it's something that I feel like I need to talk to you guys about because if I can help somebody else to not make the mistake I made, that would be awesome because it was horrible. So I'm not going to name names because I feel like this person's life has already been screwed with enough, mainly because he did it himself, but still. So sorry, I've got to switch the camera. My arm's hurting. Oh, you know what? Let's just make a little thing to prop this up on. Look at that. Not my best thing ever, but it'll work for a minute. So I met this guy on Tinder over a year ago, actually, almost a couple years ago, and we started texting and Snapchatting and messaging and talking on the phone, and so I had already Snapchatted him and everything, so I knew what he looked like. I knew that was him. I at least knew that he wasn't lying about who he was, which was good. I've always been somebody that I make sure I'm talking to the person I see in the pictures before I continue anything, because you never know who you're talking to on the internet. But this guy, I talked to him for quite a while, and then we just both stopped talking to each other. No real reason. We just stopped talking to each other for a while, and months later, he Snapchatted me out of the blue and was like, last day before I take off, he was going into the Army, and he was going off to boot camp for a while. So we started talking, we talked all night, and then when I got home, he called me, and we talked on the phone for a while, well over an hour. And then he told me that he was going to write me while he was at boot camp. And so while he was at boot camp, I started writing him, and I got my first letter from him. I was so excited. I was like a little giddy schoolgirl because we had texted right up until the minute that he left. And so when I got that first letter, it was 2 weeks out, 2 or 3 weeks out, and I was way excited. So I got the letter. It was really cute, talking about how he would really like a wallet-sized photo of me to keep with him, and if I could write to him 2 times a week, that'd be great. He'd even pay for the stamps and all that kind of stuff. Like, he was really sweet about all of it, and I faithfully wrote him twice a week, every week, the whole time he was gone. And all the letters I got back, we got to know each other a lot about our lives, our childhood, where we were raised, the kind of things that we like, everything. And he started making slight hints about, like, I would say, well, we're building a chicken coop in the backyard so we can have chickens, and I'm doing a garden and all this stuff, and we'll have fresh eggs. And he would, throw little things out there like, so if I were willing to travel over there to get some eggs, you'd let me have some fresh eggs. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm more than happy to give you fresh eggs if you travel over here. And so we were talking about all this stuff, talking about meeting, and just, we really got talking. And I will admit, there were times when we were Snapchatting before he went off to boot camp that, like, he asked for a little bit of a risque picture. So I sent him a picture of my butt, like, in my underwear. I never send nudes. I don't do that. And he said that I had a really cute butt, and he was all that kind of stuff, flirting, typical guy. Asked me for all these pictures, and like one of the pictures I sent him that was a wallet picture, one was of my face from here up, and the other one was an old pinup photo that I had done a long time ago. And it was like I was fully dressed. I was in high-waisted shorts, but they were a little bit shorter shorts. I was in a top, but it was a little bit lower cut, and I had high heels on and, my makeup done. And I had sent him that, and he said how he was joking with his buddies. It was kind of contraband, and again, being flirty, and one of the things he had said, because I asked him, what do you often think about when you're at boot camp, because I know it's something that's tough for a lot of people. And he said, honestly, all I really have time to think about is you and getting these letters and then training. That's it. So, you know, he'd say he thought about me all the time and stuff like that. And I kind of started to really like this guy. I was like, wow, this is a genuine guy. I know who this dude is. We know each other and it's fine. I've known him for a while, and you know, maybe something could come of it. When he gets done, we could visit each other and maybe it could become something really good. And then I got this gut feeling one day after the last letter he sent me saying that he won't be able to receive any more letters. So I sent one last letter out, and I had been keeping his letters in a box because I thought they're really cute. I'd never written anybody. I'm so into this old school stuff. I was so excited. I was happy to be writing somebody. And so I kept all these letters in a special box. Like, I went and bought a guitar and started practicing and was teaching myself a song to play for him when we finally got to Skype. Like, I was really into this dude. And then after the last letter, I got this weird gut feeling at work that I feel like there's something he's not telling me. So I Googled his name while I was on my break, and I came to find out he was on a wanted list. Not going to say for where, but he was on a wanted list for rape. And that it had happened this year, the month we started talking again. And so, because we started talking beginning of January, and it said it happened beginning of January. That pissed me off already. And I was like, okay, rape. I would understand if it was like a DUI or something. He could come up with a good excuse for that. But for rape, there's no good excuse for rape. It is impossible for rape to be an accident. So I'm sitting there trying to tell myself, well, maybe he didn't know the girl was underage, so it ended up being like statutory rape. But then I was like, no, there's just no good enough excuse to keep me around, you know? There's no excuse he could give me that would keep me talking to him. But at the same time, I did want to give him a chance to explain. So I was waiting for him to get done for us to be able to have that first phone call or Skype when he got back. And when he finally got done and was able to start posting things and talking, he posted a Snapchat to his story of him kissing this girl. And he said, and I'm going to say this just the way it is, the way that it was said. And if he's watching this, he's going to know it's him. That's fine. But he put a Snapchat out that said, finally got to see the missus or something like that, which means I'm assuming they've been dating for a long time, okay? And they're kissing, and then he's posting all these pictures with her, and I was like, the rape part was already hard enough and sickening. It made my stomach drop. But then to find out that he didn't care about me at all. He was just using me to get pictures and to have somebody to talk to while he was gone. And that wasn't even bad enough. The fact that I was the other girl this whole time. I was the other person. And I hate that because I've been cheated on and I know how it feels. And I've never wanted to be somebody that helps someone cheat. And so to be doing it unknowingly, to be the other woman, and it's not just I was the other woman. I was the other woman for months. Like I said, my dad helped me buy stamps, and I wrote him faithfully. I bought a whole huge thing of envelopes and a special notebook to write. And I mean 2 to 3 page letters, okay? I wrote this guy faithfully twice a week, every week for months. And, because like he was gone for like 18 weeks. Faithfully. I put so much effort into this to find out I was putting effort into being the other woman. That he's with this person that has been his steady girlfriend for a long time. And it just made me sick. I instantly deleted him off of everything, and it makes you feel tainted. It makes you feel like there's now something wrong with you. And that if anybody ever finds out about what happened, the fact that you were the other woman, that they're not going to look at you like a normal person anymore. Like, they're going to look at you like, I don't know if I can trust her because she's been the other woman, you know? Things like that. I feel like it really just taints everything. And it made me feel really bad about myself for a long time. And I still kind of have those feelings every once in a while. But the right one for me will love me for who I am, and they won't care about the mistakes that were made, especially unknowingly. But I kind of just wanted to put this out there and tell you guys this story so that anybody, just please, if you're talking to somebody on Tinder or online or anything like that, I'm not against meeting people online. I'm not. I've done it. I was actually engaged to a guy that I met online. There are some really good people out there that people meet online. So I'm not against that. That's fine. Good relationships come out of that sometimes. But be careful. And pay attention to who you're talking to. Really research them. Maybe Google their name before you faithfully write them twice a week, every week, and put money and stuff into it. Just be careful. Because finding out I was the other woman and finding out that I put all this time into something that wasn't even going to happen. Like, I wasted months of my life that I didn't talk to other guys. I didn't go on dates, nothing, because I was trying to build a relationship with somebody. I wasted all of that. And it just, if I would have known sooner, I wouldn't have done it, you know? So just really be careful. Because it can happen, and it sucks when it does. I've now been on both sides, and it's miserable. So I just kind of wanted to put this out there to let you guys know, be careful. I wanted to share my story and tell you that things like this happen even when you don't think it's going to. So really check into things, and if you have to, straight out ask the dude, do you have a girlfriend? I never really straight out asked him, and I realize now that that was a mistake I made. At the same time, I kind of assume if you're on Tinder, you're single. But at the same time, Tinder, as everybody calls it, is the booty call place. So some people really are on Tinder to actually find somebody to date, but there are a lot of people out there that are just for the booty call. So keep an eye out for that. Alright, well, that's all for tonight. Sorry for sharing in my moo-moo and doing a weird last minute video. Unprepared. But thanks for listening, guys, and just be careful out there. Okay, bye.